Ka Priviledge Committee jong ka yeng dawar thawain ka jala ha ka siningkong ka la Khot Hajir ki he Sorkar jong ka jala hadian biklayo ya ka jing ujor ba ka don ka jing bam khen snap na kalyang ki Ophisar ki nong bikmat pai ba ni ki MLA habakran bikilat pthai khubor na kalyang chairman ka committee saleng e sangma kumju udkhot jong ka committee ba HM sangpliang klai thu ru ba ka tai ka jelang kilapan sngu thu ya ki he Sorkar balawan ban mikmat da ka additional secretary ba ki Ophisar ki de ban tiap kumnu ban buram mi ki mikmat pai ba Nakaliang uba HM sangpliang ulai thu balai kren ru habai dai wat hakban pelai ka scheme ju MLA namar kasin bakhadu bakiyo kadai ka apsan lang ka jingrap bani kunyo COVID-19.
He went to Delhi for that UPSC and then other sorts of meeting and all, and then today Rebecca Suchiang, additional chief secretary, Sampat Kumar, Vijay Kumar, and then a few officers came from the secretariat actually to discuss a few things regarding the privileges of the parks and facilities given to the honorable members. And then there were instances where some of the officers from the secretariat were not listening to the committee members.
Okay, it's like this. See, the Privilege Committee in its own meeting had held and reviewed the complaints received from various other assembly committees that the officers, the government officers, are sometimes not responsive to the calls given by the assembly committees when they call them for a meeting. This was discussed, and that's why today we had summoned the Chief Secretary, Additional Chief Secretary, the Finance Commissioner, the Planning Commissioner, the Personnel Commissioner, and we had voiced to them the concerns that the various committees are dismayed and they're anguished for the fact that many officers do not attend when they are called. And this has been viewed very seriously by the Privilege Committee, and the Chief Secretary has been asked to give a stern warning to all the officers whenever they are required to appear before the committees. They should not fail and they should respond to the call given to them. That was the first one. Second one was we discussed relating to the entitlements of the MLAs. Now every MLA has certain entitlements in the form of schemes and policies framed by the government with certain programs like the ISYDP. It's a sports scheme. Then there is an art and culture scheme. There is the SRWP, and there is the Chief Minister's Rural Development Fund, and so on. Now what has happened is now the government has not been releasing these funds regularly. The last that we all got was in 2018-19, and we are still waiting for funds of 2019-20. Now Honorable Chairman has already voiced it very seriously to the officers today that we are all answerable to the people. Now people are asking for funds from us. Now we are not in a position to provide those funds because we have not received from the government. Now when all these funds have been cleared in the assembly during the budget session, we expect that these funds are released to every MLAs on time. Now therefore we had to call these officers because there is perhaps a delay somewhere in the government in not releasing these funds to all the MLAs, and therefore today we have reviewed. The chairman has given them a time frame that before the next assembly session that is coming in this autumn or winter, we have to get all our entitlements. If these entitlements do not come before the next assembly session, then perhaps this Privilege Committee will be compelled to take necessary action as has been committed on or empowered into the committee. So this is what we have said. So you see, funds are, the officers said, are being examined. Now, it's a very vague way of giving a reply of being examined. So that is why we understand that the funds are available and they should make an effort to release these funds. That is why we have kept a deadline now, that before this next assembly session, all these entitlements, just not one fund, all entitlements that are due to the MLAs has to be released. Yeah, 18-19 we got. Now SRWP we got for 19-20, but for 2021 we have not got. Now whatever we got is only 25 lakhs during the COVID. Now we are still to get 2.25 crores. Now when is the government releasing that money to us? So we are all waiting for that.